Freedom is one of life's most alluring promises, yet it is widely misunderstood. Many believe freedom is found in the absence of rules, in the ability to do as they please without constraint or consequence. But this perception often leads to chaos, dissatisfaction, and a gnawing sense of aimlessness. True freedom, the kind that endures and empowers, does not come from doing less but from doing more of what truly matters. It is not found in escape but in mastery, and mastery demands discipline. Imagine a river without banks. It sprawls aimlessly, dissipating its energy in all directions, but when confined by solid boundaries, it flows with purpose and power, carving valleys and fueling life. Your life is no different. Without the structure of discipline, your energy scatters, and your potential weakens. Discipline gives your actions form and direction, transforming fleeting desires into sustained achievement and restless wandering into deliberate progress. It does not confine you, it frees you. This book challenges the conventional wisdom that discipline is restrictive. Instead, it reveals discipline as the ultimate tool for achieving freedom, in your time, your thoughts, your body, and your purpose. By embracing discipline, you'll uncover the control to shape your life rather than be shaped by circumstances. With each deliberate action, you'll take back time stolen by distractions, reclaim strength buried under inertia, and design a life aligned with your deepest values. This is not a journey for the faint of heart. It requires confronting habits and beliefs that have kept you comfortable but stagnant. It asks you to trade fleeting pleasures for lasting fulfillment and to see discipline not as a burden but as a gift. The path ahead will challenge you, but the rewards will redefine what freedom truly means. Discipline is the bridge between who you are and who you want to be. It is the force that turns dreams into reality and intentions into legacies. Are you ready to claim the power to master your life? Step forward and begin. True freedom awaits, but only if you're willing to earn it. Chapter 1: The Myth of Spontaneous Freedom, Breaking the Illusion. Freedom is often mistaken for the ability to do anything, anytime, without limits or responsibilities. This illusion of spontaneity can feel liberating in the moment, but frequently leads to stagnation and chaos. True freedom isn't found in unbridled indulgence or avoidance of structure. It is cultivated through deliberate control over your choices and actions. Freedom without direction is like a ship adrift at sea, free to wander but destined to nowhere. When you chase comfort or instant gratification, you unconsciously surrender your freedom to the very things you pursue. The more you seek to escape effort and discipline, the more you become entangled in distractions, bad habits, and unfulfilled potential. A life without structure may feel free, but it leaves you at the mercy of fleeting desires, external pressures, and unexamined habits. Real freedom arises not from avoiding constraints, but from choosing the ones that empower you to grow. The key to breaking free from this illusion lies in reclaiming control over your actions. Begin by examining the areas of your life where freedom has turned into chaos. Is it in how you spend your time, indulging in mindless distractions instead of meaningful pursuits, or perhaps in your finances, where impulsive spending undermines your long-term goals? Wherever it is, recognize that discipline is not the enemy of freedom, it is its foundation. When you take command of your choices, you create space to pursue what truly matters, unhindered by the clutter of wasted time or misaligned priorities. True freedom begins with a commitment to intentional living. This means imposing boundaries that protect your focus, forming habits that support your goals, and saying no to what doesn't serve your higher purpose. Every act of discipline is a step away from chaos and toward clarity. Over time, the energy you once wasted on indulgence or avoidance transforms into momentum, enabling you to build a life that reflects your true desires. Freedom is not about doing less, it's about doing the right things. It is not an escape from responsibility, but a mastery over it. The illusion of spontaneous freedom will always tempt you, but the discipline you cultivate will ensure it never controls you. Where in your life has the pursuit of freedom led to unintended consequences? How can you reclaim control today? Choose discipline, and the life you seek will no longer elude you. it will begin to take shape under your command. Chapter 2. The Discipline Freedom Loop: Building Momentum. Discipline and freedom are not opposing forces, they are partners in a virtuous cycle. Imagine a wheel, its spokes representing the small disciplines you build daily. As each spoke strengthens, the wheel gains momentum, carrying you forward effortlessly. This is the discipline freedom loop. The more you commit to discipline, the more freedom you gain to shape your life. At first, the effort may feel cumbersome, but with consistency, discipline becomes automatic, creating space for true liberation. Most people mistakenly believe that freedom requires an absence of constraints, but they fail to see that discipline is the very tool that removes barriers to growth. Without it, progress falters, and the weight of indecision, procrastination, and regret slows you down. The disciplined mind, however, operates with clarity and direction, building the habits and routines that make life's complexities manageable. Every small win compounds, creating a momentum that makes even the hardest challenges seem achievable. Discipline often starts with small, deliberate actions: waking up at the same time each day, committing to a single task until completion, or following a budget without deviation. These acts may seem insignificant in isolation, but they act as the foundation for greater accomplishments. A man who can master the simple disciplines gains the confidence and focus needed to tackle larger, more demanding goals. This is the power of momentum. Small efforts consistently applied lead to exponential growth over time. Consider the role of habit in this loop. Habits are the building blocks of discipline, automating the decisions that once required effort. When you no longer need to summon willpower to make healthy choices, save money, or dedicate time to your goals, you free up mental energy to focus on higher pursuits. This is where freedom emerges, not from doing whatever you want, but from knowing your choices align with your purpose and long-term aspirations. Momentum also comes from accountability. Whether through self-reflection or external support, tracking your progress reinforces the discipline freedom loop. Each milestone reached, no matter how small, serves as evidence of your capability. This positive reinforcement strengthens your commitment to discipline, creating a self-sustaining cycle of growth. Contrast this with the inertia of undisciplined living, where each failure to act deepens the rut, making change feel even more daunting. However, momentum doesn't mean perfection. Setbacks are inevitable, but they don't have to derail you. A disciplined mind views obstacles as part of the process, not an excuse to quit. Every stumble is an opportunity to recommit, to learn, and to adjust your approach. The key is consistency, not flawlessness. Discipline thrives on resilience, on the ability to pick yourself up and keep moving forward even when the path is difficult. To experience the discipline freedom loop fully, start by identifying one area of your life where chaos reigns and introduce a simple, manageable discipline. It could be committing to 10 minutes of focused work each morning or limiting distractions during meals. As you succeed in small areas, expand your efforts, building momentum that ripples into every aspect of your life. With each disciplined choice, you gain a clearer sense of control, unlocking the freedom to pursue your ambitions without hesitation. Discipline is not a sacrifice, it is an investment in your future freedom. By committing to small, consistent actions today, you create a foundation for greater achievements tomorrow. Momentum is your ally, turning effort into ease and goals into reality. The discipline freedom loop transforms what once felt burdensome into a source of strength and clarity. What small discipline will you introduce today to begin building momentum? The sooner you start, the sooner you'll realize that discipline isn't a limitation, it's the key to a life of boundless freedom. Chapter 3. Time as the Ultimate Currency: Mastering the Clock. Time is the most valuable currency you possess, yet it is the one resource so often squandered. Picture a river endlessly flowing, each moment of time drifting past like droplets, never to be recovered. Without discipline, you allow this river to carve aimless paths, carrying you wherever the current decides. Mastering your time is not about controlling the river itself, but about building structures along its banks to direct its flow with purpose and precision. Undisciplined living wastes time in ways that are subtle yet corrosive. Procrastination, indecision, and distractions act like leaks in a dam, eroding your ability to harness the power of time. The disciplined man, however, treats every moment as an investment. He understands that each decision about how to spend time shapes his reality. To master the clock is to master your life. Time is finite, and every man is given the same 24 hours in a day, yet some achieve greatness while others flounder in mediocrity. The difference lies in how they manage their time. A disciplined approach to time transforms chaos into clarity and inefficiency into progress. It starts with a fundamental question: where is your time going, and is it serving your highest goals? To take control, begin by auditing your time. For 1 week, track every activity from your morning routine to your evening wind-down. You'll likely uncover hours lost to mindless scrolling, aimless conversations, or reactive tasks that add little value to your life. Awareness of these patterns is the first step toward change. With this knowledge, you can begin to prioritize, choosing what stays, what goes, and what must take center stage. Prioritization is the backbone of time mastery. Not all tasks are created equal, and chasing every demand is a recipe for burnout. Identify your non-negotiables, the actions and commitments that align directly with your purpose. When you say yes to what matters, you gain the freedom to say no to distractions and unnecessary obligations. This selective approach to time ensures that your energy is directed where it will have the greatest impact. Structure amplifies your ability to command the clock. Set aside specific blocks of time for focused work, rest, and reflection. Treat these blocks as sacred, immune to interruptions or procrastination. The disciplined man recognizes that multitasking is a myth and that true productivity arises from singular focus. By dedicating undivided attention to one task at a time, you accomplish more in less time, freeing yourself for pursuits that bring joy and fulfillment. But mastering time isn't just about efficiency, it's about presence. Too often, people rush through their days, always chasing the next thing, rarely appreciating the moment at hand. Discipline allows you to slow down and engage fully, whether in a conversation, a creative project, or a moment of solitude. This mindful approach to time transforms even the simplest activities into meaningful experiences. Resistance will arise, of course. You'll be tempted to procrastinate, to choose comfort over progress, or to allow distractions to pull you off course. This is where discipline reveals its power. By creating routines and rituals that anchor your day, you eliminate the need for constant decision-making. Your habits become the guardrails that keep you aligned with your goals, even when motivation falters. Remember, time is a mirror reflecting your values and priorities. How you spend it reveals what truly matters to you. If your time is consumed by meaningless tasks or superficial pursuits, it's a signal to reevaluate. On the other hand, when your time is dedicated to growth, contribution, and purpose, it becomes a force that propels you forward. Time mastery isn't about squeezing every second dry, it's about ensuring every second counts. Mastering time is the ultimate act of discipline and self-respect. When you control your time, you control your destiny. It's not about working harder, but working smarter, aligning every moment with the vision of the life you want to create. Time is slipping through your fingers, whether you act or not. Will you let it drift away, or will you seize it and direct it with purpose? Start today by reclaiming 1 hour, dedicate it to something meaningful, and watch how the river of time begins to flow in your favor. Chapter 4: The Strength of Boundaries, Saying No to Say Yes. Imagine a fortress surrounded by sturdy walls. These walls don't confine the people within. They protect what matters most. Without them, the fortress would crumble under the assault of invaders. Your life is that fortress, and boundaries are the walls that preserve your energy, focus, and values. Discipline requires you to build and maintain these walls, not to keep opportunity out, but to protect what truly matters from the chaos of distractions and unnecessary commitments. Too often, People believe that saying yes to everything is a sign of strength, generosity, or capability. But in truth, overcommitment weakens you. Every time you say yes to something that doesn't align with your goals, you're saying no to something that does. Boundaries are not selfish. They are the ultimate act of self-respect. They allow you to reclaim your time, prioritize your purpose, and safeguard the resources that fuel your growth. Boundaries are not barriers. They are filters that determine what enters your life and what stays out. A disciplined life requires clear, intentional boundaries in every domain: personal, professional, emotional, and even spiritual. Without them, you risk diluting your energy across countless obligations, leaving little for what truly matters. Start by identifying the areas of your life where boundaries are weak or non-existent. Perhaps you've allowed work to seep into your personal time, answering emails late into the night or accepting last-minute tasks that disrupt your plans. Maybe your relationships are filled with one-sided dynamics, where others take more than they give. Or perhaps you find it difficult to say no to social invitations or favors, even when they conflict with your priorities. These breaches drain your energy and erode your sense of control. To establish boundaries, you must first define your priorities. What are the non-negotiable aspects of your life? Your health, your relationships, your goals. Clarity in these areas allows you to recognize when something threatens to encroach on them. Once you've identified your priorities, articulate your boundaries clearly and confidently. This doesn't mean being rigid or inflexible. It means making intentional choices that serve your highest good. Saying no is a skill that takes practice. For many, it feels uncomfortable, even confrontational. But saying no doesn't require harshness or apology. It can be done with kindness and firmness. For example, when someone requests your time for something that doesn't align with your goals, you might respond with, "I appreciate the offer, but I'm focusing on other priorities right now." This approach communicates respect for both yourself and the other person. Boundaries are not just about protecting your time. They're also about guarding your mental and emotional space. Consider the relationships in your life. Are there people who consistently drain your energy or undermine your confidence? Setting boundaries with these individuals is not an act of cruelty, but an act of self-preservation. It might mean limiting your interactions, declining certain conversations, or even stepping away from the relationship altogether if it no longer serves your growth. One of the most powerful aspects of boundaries is their ability to foster freedom. By creating limits, you free yourself from the guilt, resentment, and overwhelm that come from overextension. Boundaries give you permission to focus on what brings you joy, fulfillment, and purpose. They allow you to show up fully in the areas that matter most because you're no longer spread too thin. Resistance to boundaries is inevitable. Others may push back when you start saying no or setting limits, especially if they've benefited from your lack of boundaries in the past. This resistance is not a reason to back down. It's a sign that your boundaries are working. Stand firm, knowing that you are acting in alignment with your values and protecting your well-being. Boundaries also require maintenance. Over time, you may notice new areas where boundaries are needed or existing boundaries that have become lax. Regularly assess your life to ensure your boundaries remain strong and effective. Think of this process as tending to the walls of your fortress, repairing cracks, and reinforcing weak spots so that your stronghold remains secure. Boundaries are the foundation of a disciplined, purposeful life. They allow you to direct your energy toward what truly matters while protecting you from the distractions and demands that pull you off course. Building and maintaining boundaries is not an act of selfishness, but of strength and clarity. Imagine your life as a fortress, fortified by walls that keep the chaos out and preserve the treasures within. Where do your walls need reinforcement? Start today by setting one clear boundary, and watch how it strengthens your resolve and frees your energy to focus on what truly matters. Chapter 5: Freedom from Mental Chains, Overcoming Internal Obstacles. The strongest prisons are not made of iron bars but of invisible chains within the mind. These chains are forged by self-doubt, fear, and limiting beliefs. whispers that say, "You're not good enough," or "This is just how life is." Discipline is the key that unlocks these mental shackles, freeing you to step into your potential. Imagine your mind as a vast landscape with fertile soil ready to grow anything you plant. Yet, if weeds of negativity and hesitation dominate the ground, they choke out the seeds of growth and progress. It's time to uproot those weeds and cultivate a garden of empowerment. Too often, men go through life unaware of the mental barriers holding them back. These internal obstacles aren't always loud or obvious. They often operate in the background, shaping decisions and actions without conscious awareness. To command your reality, you must first liberate your mind from these chains, transforming doubt into confidence and fear into fuel. Freedom begins with awareness. Take a moment to reflect on the beliefs that shape your actions and decisions. What do you tell yourself when faced with a challenge? Are there automatic thoughts that arise, urging you to play it safe or avoid failure? These are the voices of your internal obstacles, born from past experiences, cultural conditioning, or moments of perceived failure. They linger in your subconscious, subtly steering you away from opportunities for growth. One common mental chain is the belief that you are defined by your past. Perhaps you failed in a significant endeavor, and now the memory of that failure keeps you from trying again. The truth is, failure is not a defining characteristic, it's a stepping stone. Every successful man has stumbled, often many times. What sets them apart is their ability to learn, adapt, and move forward without letting failure become their identity. Another mental chain is the fear of judgment. The desire to be accepted or approved by others often leads to hesitation, procrastination, or playing small. You might avoid taking risks or expressing your true self out of fear that others will disapprove or ridicule you. But consider this: the opinions of others are fleeting, while the cost of suppressing your potential is permanent. To command your reality, you must prioritize your growth over the comfort of conformity. Breaking free from these chains requires both awareness and action. Start by challenging the validity of your limiting beliefs. When a thought like, "I can't do this," arises, ask yourself, is this objectively true, or is it just a story I've been telling myself? Most often, you'll find that these beliefs lack a factual basis. They're simply remnants of past experiences or fears projected into the present. Replace them with empowering truths, statements that reinforce your capability, resilience, and worth. Visualization is another powerful tool for breaking mental chains. Close your eyes and imagine the chains that bind you. See them as physical objects, heavy, rusted, and corroded by doubt. Now, visualize yourself breaking those chains, one link at a time, with the strength of your will. Imagine the weight lifting from your shoulders, freeing you to move forward without hesitation. This mental exercise reinforces your ability to overcome obstacles, reminding you that the power to change lies within. Taking consistent, intentional action is the final step to freedom. Every time you confront a fear, challenge a limiting belief, or step outside your comfort zone, you weaken the chains that hold you back. It doesn't have to be a monumental leap. Even small, deliberate actions build momentum. If fear of public speaking holds you back, start by speaking up in a small group. If self-doubt prevents you from pursuing a goal, take one step toward it today. No matter how small, each victory, no matter the size, strengthens your confidence and weakens the grip of internal obstacles. Discipline plays a crucial role in maintaining this freedom. As you break free from mental chains, new challenges will inevitably arise. The mind, much like a muscle, requires constant training to stay strong and resilient. Build daily habits that reinforce your mental freedom: journaling to reflect on progress, meditating to quiet negative thoughts, or engaging in activities that push you out of your comfort zone. Over time, these practices become second nature, creating a fortress of mental strength that no obstacle can penetrate. Freedom from mental chains is not a one-time achievement, but a continuous journey of self-awareness and growth. Every step you take toward challenging your doubts and fears strengthens your resolve and expands your potential. Picture your mind as a vast landscape, no longer overrun by weeds but blooming with confidence, clarity, and purpose. The chains that once held you back are now shattered, and the path ahead is yours to command. What is the first chain you will break today? Step forward boldly, knowing that the key to your freedom has always been within you. Chapter 6: The Role of Physical Discipline, Strengthening the Body for the Mind. The mind may be the command center of your life, but the body is its greatest ally. Imagine a powerful engine running at full capacity, but housed in a vehicle with worn tires and a cracked frame. No matter how finely tuned the engine is, the vehicle will falter without the physical foundation to support its potential. Your body is the vessel through which your willpower and discipline manifest in the world. A strong body reinforces a strong mind, creating a cycle of resilience and capability. Physical discipline is not just about fitness, it's about building the endurance and strength necessary to face life's challenges with unshakable resolve. Neglecting physical discipline is a silent surrender to weakness. It erodes energy, diminishes focus, and compromises your ability to act with confidence and clarity. To command your reality, you must train your body to endure, adapt, and thrive. Physical discipline is the foundation that allows mental and emotional strength to flourish. The connection between the body and the mind is profound. When you push your physical limits, you cultivate resilience, not just in muscle, but in mental toughness. Physical challenges force you to confront discomfort, pain, and fatigue, experiences that mirror the mental obstacles you face in life. Whether it's finishing that last grueling set at the gym or enduring a challenging run, each moment of perseverance trains your mind to overcome resistance and endure hardship. This practice of pushing through in the physical realm carries over to every other aspect of life, making you more capable of navigating adversity with strength and composure. One of the greatest misconceptions about physical discipline is that it's purely aesthetic. In reality, physical discipline is about function, not form. It's about having the stamina to work longer, the strength to protect yourself and others, and the vitality to live fully. Think of the great leaders and warriors throughout history. They understood that physical preparedness was not a luxury, but a necessity, a means to endure the trials of life and lead with conviction. When you train your body, you send a signal to yourself that you are capable, disciplined, and ready to face any challenge. Building physical discipline begins with consistency. It's not about grand gestures or extreme regimens, but about showing up every day with purpose. Whether it's a brisk walk, lifting weights, or practicing martial arts, the act of committing to movement builds the habit of discipline. These small, consistent actions compound over time, creating a foundation of strength that supports your mental and emotional well-being. Another critical aspect of physical discipline is embracing discomfort. Too often, we shy away from physical exertion because it's unpleasant. But discomfort is where growth happens. When you run that extra mile, endure the cold shower, or push through a difficult workout, you expand your capacity to tolerate adversity. This tolerance doesn't just make you stronger physically, it builds a mental callus that prepares you for life's inevitable challenges. Instead of fearing discomfort, you begin to seek it, knowing that it's the crucible in which your strength is forged. Nutrition is also an essential component of physical discipline. What you put into your body fuels your energy, focus, and resilience. Eating with intention, choosing foods that nourish and sustain rather than indulge fleeting cravings, is an act of self-respect and discipline. It's a reminder that every choice you make, even the smallest, contributes to the person you are becoming. Just as you wouldn't fuel a high-performance car with cheap, low-quality gas, you shouldn't fuel your body with junk that drains your energy and focus. Sleep, often overlooked, is another pillar of physical discipline. Without adequate rest, your body cannot recover, and your mind cannot function at its peak. Sleep is the reset button that allows you to tackle each day with clarity and vigor. Prioritizing rest is not a weakness, but a strategic move to ensure you have the energy to pursue your goals with full force. It's a discipline to turn off distractions, respect your body's needs, and commit to the rest that fuels your potential. The effects of physical discipline ripple outward. A strong body creates a strong presence, one that commands respect and attention. It radiates a quiet confidence, a sense of control that others can sense. Beyond that, it reinforces your belief in your own capability. Each workout completed, each healthy meal chosen, each night of quality sleep, is a vote for the person you aspire to be. These choices accumulate, shaping not only your body, but your mind and your reality. Your body is the foundation of your strength, the vessel that carries your will and determination into the world. By cultivating physical discipline, you fortify your ability to face challenges, endure hardships, and act with purpose. Picture yourself not just as a mind within a body, but as a unified force, strong, capable, and ready for anything. Every step you take toward physical discipline is a step toward commanding your reality. What action will you take today to strengthen the vessel that holds your potential? The choice is yours, and the rewards are limitless. Chapter 7. Financial Discipline, Commanding the Flow of Wealth. Wealth is not simply about the amount of money you earn or possess, it's about how you control and direct its flow. Imagine a river that is either channeled purposefully to irrigate fields or left to flood and destroy the land. Money operates in much the same way. It can either serve your goals or drown you in chaos. Financial discipline is the art of channeling your resources with precision and purpose, ensuring that each decision you make builds a life of stability, growth, and freedom. A lack of financial discipline enslaves you to immediate gratification and poor decision-making, robbing you of long-term security and freedom. When you master your finances, however, you create opportunities, reduce stress, and gain the clarity to focus on your higher ambitions. Financial discipline is not about deprivation, but empowerment, about ensuring that every dollar you earn contributes to the life you are determined to build. Financial discipline begins with awareness. Much like any other area of life, control starts with clarity. To command the flow of your wealth, you must understand where your money comes from, where it goes, and how it serves your goals. Many people operate with a vague understanding of their finances, allowing habits, impulses, and societal pressures to dictate their spending. This lack of awareness keeps them trapped in a cycle of paycheck-to-paycheck living, unable to build the future they desire. The first step to mastery is tracking every dollar, bringing the invisible into focus so that no opportunity or risk escapes your notice. Budgeting is often misunderstood as restrictive, but in truth it's a liberating practice. A budget is not a chain, it's a blueprint. It gives you control over your resources, ensuring that your money flows where it should, rather than being squandered on distractions and unexamined habits. By creating categories for essentials, growth, and enjoyment, you align your financial behavior with your priorities. This alignment is a form of discipline that reinforces your values and builds a life of purpose. When you budget with intention, you move closer to freedom, not through abundance, but through control. The discipline of saving is another cornerstone of financial mastery. Many mistake savings as merely a buffer for emergencies, but it is so much more. Savings are a declaration of your commitment to your future self. They represent the sacrifice of present gratification for future opportunity, a testament to your ability to think long-term and prioritize what truly matters. Every dollar saved is a dollar that works for you, giving you choices, freedom, and power when the time comes to seize an opportunity or face an unforeseen challenge. Debt, when unchecked, becomes a chain that binds you to the whims of others. Whether it's consumer debt that stems from impulsive spending or financial commitments made without foresight, it drains your energy, focus, and freedom. To overcome this, you must adopt a mindset of discipline toward borrowing and repayment. Borrow only when it aligns with a deliberate strategy for growth, and prioritize paying off debts that hinder your ability to progress. By clearing these chains, you reclaim control over your financial destiny and free yourself to invest in what truly matters. Investing is where financial discipline transforms into wealth creation. It is the process of planting seeds that will grow into a forest of opportunity over time. However, it requires patience, consistency, and the willingness to endure uncertainty. Whether it's stocks, real estate, or your own skill development, investing is a disciplined act of belief in your future. It's about understanding the power of compounding, how small, consistent contributions multiply into significant results over time. Each disciplined investment brings you closer to financial independence, where your money works for you rather than the other way around. Financial discipline also extends to your mindset and habits. How do you perceive money? Is it a tool, a burden, or a source of stress? Shifting your perspective toward seeing money as a resource to be managed with respect and purpose is essential. Cultivate habits that reinforce this perspective, such as avoiding impulsive purchases, distinguishing needs from wants, and celebrating the progress you make toward financial freedom. These habits build the foundation for a life where wealth serves you rather than controls you. Generosity is the final pillar of financial discipline. Many overlook the importance of giving, seeing it as a reduction in their wealth rather than an expansion of their impact. Yet generosity has a profound psychological and emotional effect. It reinforces an abundance mindset, deepens your connection to others, and reminds you of the greater purpose behind your financial pursuits. When practiced with intention, generosity becomes a reflection of your discipline, a way to channel your resources toward meaning and legacy. Financial discipline is not just about money, it's about power, freedom, and purpose. By mastering the flow of your wealth, you take control of a critical aspect of your life, aligning your resources with your highest values and ambitions. Your finances become a reflection of your discipline, a testament to your ability to prioritize long-term success over fleeting pleasures. What step will you take today to command the flow of your wealth? The decisions you make now will shape the freedom and opportunities you experience tomorrow. Choose wisely, and the river of your resources will lead you to the life you envision. Chapter 8. Emotional Discipline, Controlling Impulses and Reactions. Emotions are like the wind, unseen yet undeniably powerful. When harnessed, they can fill your sails and propel you forward. But if left unchecked, they become a chaotic storm, steering you into dangerous waters. Emotional discipline is not about suppressing what you feel. It's about channeling your emotional energy with purpose and control. It's the ability to pause, reflect, and respond rather than reacting impulsively. Without it, even the strongest ambitions and the best-laid plans can be derailed by fleeting moments of anger, fear, or frustration. Consider a flame. It can warm a home or destroy it, depending on whether it's contained and directed. Your emotions function in the same way. Mastering them means becoming the craftsman who uses fire with intention rather than the one who lets it burn unchecked. This mastery isn't about denying your humanity, it's about elevating it. It allows you to remain steady in adversity, thoughtful in conflict, and decisive under pressure. The first step to emotional discipline is awareness. Many men operate on autopilot when it comes to their feelings, reacting instinctively rather than intentionally. This reactivity creates a cycle where emotions dictate behavior, leading to regret or consequences that could have been avoided with a moment of reflection. Awareness involves recognizing when an emotion arises and understanding its source. Is it fear disguised as anger? Is it pride resisting vulnerability? Naming the emotion weakens its grip, allowing you to engage with it thoughtfully. Next comes the practice of pausing. The greatest damage often comes not from emotions themselves, but from impulsive reactions. The pause is a deceptively simple yet transformative act. It gives you space to choose your response instead of being controlled by the moment. This practice can be as brief as taking a deep breath or as deliberate as walking away to collect your thoughts. Pausing doesn't mean avoiding confrontation or challenges, it means ensuring that your response aligns with your values and goals. Emotional discipline also involves reframing. Emotions are tied to perceptions, and changing how you perceive a situation can shift how you feel about it. Imagine being stuck in traffic. To some, it's a frustrating delay. To others, it's an opportunity to reflect or enjoy solitude. The external reality remains unchanged, but the internal experience is entirely different. Reframing allows you to turn challenges into opportunities, frustrations into lessons, and setbacks into stepping stones. It's not about denying reality, but reshaping your narrative to empower rather than weaken you. Resilience is another critical aspect of emotional discipline. Life will inevitably bring moments of disappointment, rejection, or failure. These experiences trigger powerful emotions that can cloud judgment and erode confidence if left unchecked. Resilience doesn't mean avoiding pain, it means allowing yourself to feel it without letting it define you. It's the discipline to acknowledge setbacks, process their impact, and move forward with clarity and resolve. Resilient men don't suppress their emotions, they harness them as fuel for growth and action. A key challenge in mastering emotional discipline is managing triggers. Those situations or interactions that provoke immediate, intense reactions. Triggers are often rooted in past experiences or unresolved insecurities, making them deeply personal. Identifying your triggers is a vital step toward disarming them. Ask yourself, why does this situation provoke me? What belief or fear does it tap into? Once you've identified a trigger, you can prepare strategies to handle it, such as rehearsing a calm response or reminding yourself of the bigger picture. Another layer of emotional discipline lies in balancing vulnerability with strength. Society often teaches men to suppress emotions, equating vulnerability with weakness. But denying emotions doesn't eliminate them. It drives them underground, where they fester and manifest in unhealthy ways. True strength comes from acknowledging your emotions while maintaining control over how they influence your actions. It's the ability to say, I feel anger, but I won't lash out, or I feel fear, but I won't retreat. This balance creates a foundation of authenticity and trust, both with yourself and others. Physical practices can also support emotional discipline. The mind and body are deeply interconnected, and physical states influence emotional ones. Exercise, for example, releases tension and builds resilience, making it easier to navigate emotional challenges. Breathing techniques can calm the nervous system in moments of stress, creating the mental space needed for thoughtful responses. These practices are not a substitute for emotional awareness, but they enhance your capacity to manage and channel emotions effectively. Finally, emotional discipline requires a commitment to growth. No one achieves mastery overnight, and there will be moments when your emotions get the better of you. The key is to view these moments as opportunities for reflection and improvement rather than failures. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? How can I handle it differently next time? This mindset transforms setbacks into stepping stones on the path to mastery. Emotional discipline is the art of steering your ship through calm and storm alike. It doesn't require you to silence your emotions but to understand and direct them with purpose. By mastering your impulses and reactions, you gain the freedom to act in alignment with your highest self, rather than being a prisoner to fleeting feelings. Where in your life do your emotions most often take control? And how can you reclaim the helm? Begin today, even with small steps, and watch as your calm, intentional presence reshapes the world around you. Chapter 9. Legacy Discipline, Building for the Future. Legacy is the shadow cast by your actions, stretching far beyond your presence and outliving your time. It's the silent imprint you leave on the world, shaped not by fleeting moments of effort, but by consistent discipline that builds over a lifetime. To build a legacy is to play the long game, aligning daily decisions with a vision that transcends immediate gratification. Discipline becomes the bridge between the life you live now and the enduring impact you wish to leave behind. Consider the towering oak tree. It starts as a seed, growing slowly, persistently, and with purpose. Each season adds rings to its trunk, expanding its reach and deepening its roots. Like that tree, your legacy is not formed in bursts of effort, but in the steady, disciplined cultivation of values, habits, and actions that accumulate over time. Without this consistency, even the grandest visions remain unfulfilled, their potential lost to the winds of distraction and indecision. Legacy begins with clarity of purpose. Many men drift through life without a defined sense of what they wish to leave behind. They focus on immediate tasks, reacting to the demands of the present without considering the broader picture. To escape this trap, you must ask yourself, what values define me? What impact do I want to have on my family, community, or profession? Answering these questions provides the foundation for a legacy rooted in authenticity and intention. Discipline is the mechanism through which this vision is realized. Without it, even the clearest goals falter. It's not enough to aspire to greatness. You must align your daily actions with that aspiration. Legacy building demands that you resist the lure of instant gratification and prioritize what matters most, even when it's inconvenient or difficult. It requires sacrifice, patience, and an unwavering commitment to long-term growth. Every disciplined decision becomes a building block in the structure of your legacy. Time is the currency of legacy, and how you spend it determines the richness of what you leave behind. Many people waste time on pursuits that offer no enduring value, succumbing to distractions that drain their energy and attention. To build a legacy, you must guard your time fiercely, dedicating it to actions and relationships that align with your purpose. This doesn't mean eliminating leisure, but choosing it intentionally, ensuring it contributes to your overall well-being and growth, rather than serving as mere escapism. Legacy discipline also involves the cultivation of character. The world often measures success by external achievements, but true legacy is rooted in who you are rather than what you've accomplished. Your integrity, kindness, resilience, and leadership leave a far greater mark than titles or accolades ever could. These traits are forged through disciplined choices, choosing honesty when it's easier to deceive, perseverance when it's tempting to quit, and generosity when resources feel scarce. Character is the invisible thread that weaves through every action, shaping the fabric of your legacy. Relationships are another cornerstone of legacy. No man is an island, and the impact you leave on others often defines how you are remembered. Discipline in relationships means investing time and energy into meaningful connections, being present, and offering support without expecting immediate returns. It also involves setting boundaries to protect your emotional energy and ensuring your relationships are built on mutual respect and shared values. The way you treat others echoes long after your voice fades, shaping their memories of you and the lessons they carry forward. Financial discipline plays a pivotal role in building a legacy. Wealth is a tool that can amplify your impact when managed wisely. This doesn't mean amassing riches for their own sake, but using financial resources to support your vision, provide for loved ones, and contribute to causes that align with your values. It requires a mindset shift from consumption to stewardship, recognizing that every dollar spent or invested contributes to the legacy you're creating. Financial discipline involves budgeting, saving, and making thoughtful decisions that prioritize long-term stability over short-term indulgence. Resilience is another essential component of legacy discipline. The path to lasting impact is rarely smooth, and setbacks are inevitable. What defines your legacy is not whether you encounter obstacles, but how you respond to them. Resilience is the ability to endure challenges without losing sight of your vision. It's the discipline to adapt when circumstances change, to learn from failures, and to persist when progress feels slow. Each moment of perseverance adds depth and authenticity to your legacy, demonstrating the strength and determination that others will remember. Finally, legacy discipline requires reflection. Periodically stepping back to evaluate your progress ensures that your actions remain aligned with your vision. Reflection allows you to celebrate successes, learn from mistakes, and adjust your course as needed. It also reinforces your sense of purpose, reminding you why you've chosen the disciplined path in the first place. This practice of intentional self-assessment keeps your legacy-building efforts focused and effective, preventing you from drifting away from your goals. Legacy is not something you stumble upon, it's something you build, day by day, decision by decision. By embracing discipline, you become the architect of a life that not only fulfills your potential but leaves an enduring impact on the world. What values, actions, and relationships will define your legacy? Reflect on the seeds you're planting today, and whether they align with the future you envision. The time to build your legacy is now, with every choice shaping the mark you leave behind. Chapter 10: The Freedom Framework, Your Discipline Blueprint. Imagine a craftsman standing before a block of marble. Without a chisel and deliberate intention, the marble remains an unshaped mass, its potential unrealized. Discipline is the craftsman's chisel, carving the raw material of your life into a masterpiece. The Freedom Framework is your set of tools, a blueprint designed to help you shape your days, your habits, and your decisions into a structure that supports not just fleeting success, but enduring freedom. Freedom isn't a distant destination. It's a state of being that emerges from a disciplined life. It is the culmination of actions aligned with purpose, repeated daily, until they form a foundation so solid that nothing can topple it. This framework provides the scaffolding to turn abstract ideals into actionable routines, ensuring that every moment contributes to the life you truly desire. The Freedom Framework begins with clarity. Without a clear vision of what freedom means to you, discipline becomes directionless effort. For one man, freedom may be the ability to provide for his family without financial strain. For another, it may be the flexibility to pursue creative passions. Take time to define your version of freedom with precision. What does it look like? How does it feel? This clarity will serve as your compass, guiding every disciplined action you take. Once clarity is established, the framework requires focus. In a world that pulls your attention in 1,000 directions, focus is the gatekeeper of productivity. Identify the key areas of your life that demand disciplined attention: health, relationships, finances, personal growth, and purpose. Resist the temptation to overcommit. Instead, concentrate your energy on a few critical areas where consistent effort will yield the greatest impact. The Freedom Framework emphasizes the principle of less but better. Prioritize quality over quantity to maximize your results. Habits form the backbone of this framework. Freedom is built not through grand gestures, but through small, consistent actions repeated over time. Start by auditing your current habits. Which ones serve your goals, and which ones sabotage them? Replace destructive habits with empowering ones. For example, replace late-night scrolling on your phone with a nightly review of your goals. Introduce micro-disciplines, such as drinking a glass of water first thing in the morning or setting aside 5 minutes for focused breathing. These small changes compound over time, creating momentum that fuels larger transformations. Time mastery is another cornerstone of the Freedom Framework. The way you allocate your time reflects your priorities. Begin each day with intention by planning your tasks in alignment with your vision of freedom. Break your day into blocks of focused work, rest, and reflection. Eliminate unnecessary distractions and interruptions. Treat your time as a finite resource, guarding it against wasteful habits and ensuring it's spent on what truly matters. Discipline with your time is discipline with your life. Emotional regulation is equally critical. The Freedom Framework acknowledges that freedom is not just external, it's internal. To live freely, you must master your emotional responses. This involves cultivating self-awareness, identifying triggers, and practicing techniques to stay grounded under pressure. When emotions threaten to derail your focus, pause, breathe, and recalibrate. Freedom comes from choosing your response rather than reacting impulsively to life's challenges. Financial stewardship plays a vital role in the Freedom Framework. Financial independence is one of the most tangible forms of freedom, and it requires disciplined management of your resources. Create a budget that aligns with your long-term goals. Track your expenses, save consistently, and invest wisely. Avoid the trap of lifestyle inflation, where increased income leads to increased spending. Instead, focus on building a financial cushion that allows you to weather storms and pursue opportunities without fear. Reflection is the glue that holds the Freedom Framework together. Dedicate time each week to evaluate your progress. Are your actions aligning with your vision of freedom? What's working, and what needs adjustment? Reflection not only reinforces accountability, but also provides the opportunity to celebrate small wins. These moments of acknowledgement fuel motivation, reminding you why you started this journey and how far you've come. The Freedom Framework is not a rigid system. It's a dynamic process that adapts to your evolving needs and goals. Discipline provides the structure, but flexibility allows for growth. Life is unpredictable, and the ability to adjust while staying committed to your vision is a hallmark of mastery. Approach the framework with both determination and adaptability, knowing that the ultimate goal is not perfection but progress. The Freedom Framework is your blueprint for a disciplined, purpose-driven life. It's a practical guide to aligning your actions with your vision, creating habits that sustain progress, and mastering the resources that shape your reality. Freedom is not granted, it is earned through consistent, intentional effort. What will you carve out of the raw material of your days? The chisel is in your hands, and the masterpiece of your life awaits. Begin now and let discipline guide you to true freedom. The liberating power of discipline. The journey of discipline is not one of restriction but liberation. Imagine standing atop a mountain, surveying the vast expanse of your life. Each step you've taken, every moment of effort, every disciplined choice has brought you to this vantage point. From here, you can see clearly how discipline has carved paths where there were none, how it has empowered you to face challenges that once seemed insurmountable, and how it has unlocked a freedom so profound it transforms not only your actions, but your very identity. Discipline is not the enemy of freedom, it is its architect. A life without discipline is like a ship adrift, subject to the whims of external forces. With discipline, you become the captain of your ship, steering it through calm waters and storms alike, confident in your ability to reach your destination. It provides the structure that allows your strengths to flourish and your weaknesses to transform into areas of growth. It is the tool that turns potential into power. True freedom is not the absence of responsibility, but the mastery of it. By choosing discipline, you take control of your time, your emotions, your finances, and your actions. You reject the chaos of impulsivity and the stagnation of inaction. In doing so, you align your life with your purpose, ensuring that every decision serves the greater vision of the man you are becoming. Freedom is not found in fleeting pleasures or easy paths. It is forged in the disciplined pursuit of what truly matters. The most profound lesson of this journey is that discipline is not a burden but a gift. It grants you clarity in moments of doubt, strength in times of adversity, and confidence in the face of uncertainty. It allows you to rise above the noise of the world, to silence the distractions, and to focus your energy on what truly matters. Discipline is the compass that guides you through life's complexities, ensuring that your actions align with your values and aspirations. As you reflect on the principles and practices in this book, remember that the journey of discipline is not about perfection. It is about progress. Each day presents a new opportunity to refine your habits, to deepen your focus, and to strengthen your resolve. There will be setbacks, but they are not failures, they are lessons. Use them to adjust your course and reinforce your commitment to the path you've chosen. Every disciplined action, no matter how small, contributes to the masterpiece you are creating. Now it is time to act. Discipline begins with a single choice, and that choice begins now. Look at the areas of your life that need structure, clarity, or focus. Decide where you will start and commit to taking the first step today. Whether it's setting a boundary, creating a new habit, or letting go of a limiting belief, take action with intention. The transformation you seek is within your reach, but only if you claim it. As you move forward, let discipline be your foundation and freedom your reward. Embrace the challenges, celebrate the victories, and remain steadfast in your pursuit of mastery. The liberating power of discipline is yours to wield. Now go forth and command your reality. The life you desire is waiting. Shape it with the strength of your will.